Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Froe Show. My name is Frank Mankin and I'm joined, as always, by my beautiful co-host, Jeremiah.
Hello, Frank. Whoa, I just ran into my mouth.
We always start the episode laughing.
I know.
We're just too...
I'm just too funny. It's just me.
Yeah, we're just funny blokes, you know?
And modest.
And humble.
Humble, that's the word I was looking
And conservative and kind.
for. Yes. And also hilarious.
And also, you know, kings of comedy. That's why we have an arts podcast. And
Yes.
not
A comedy
podcast.
And that's okay.
Welcome to episode 29. What's up?
Yeah, 29. Wow, nearly
29.
30.
Next week's 30.
Insane.
Man, we should get someone on soon.
We should do that next week.
All right, we'll
we
try.
can.
We'll try. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Might not happen. Who knows?
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll give it a red hot go. Yeah, that's yeah. I know we say it every week, but numbers going up is crazy.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So the Emmys were last week,
Yes.
or this week for us, but last week.
Yeah.
And so I kind of a bit of backstory. If people haven't listened to this my only job is to talk.
Yeah,
and
your
I
job
cannot
is
do
to
it.
talk. You can do it.
Okay, hang on.
we
Sentence
go.
in my head.
Okay.
All right, I'm visualizing it.
Yep.
Okay.
You can see the
I
sentence.
can
Now
see the
grab
sentence. Now I grabbed the
Now
sentence.
speak it.
So, for those of you who haven't listened or watched the last couple episodes, I ordered a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, probably like 10 or 11 weeks ago now, maybe 12,
Yeah.
a while ago. It's what's currently shooting the wide. Hello.
Hey.
And it took a little over 8 weeks to arrive.
Yeah.
Now, I was very confused, and I just kind of chalked it up to it being like, oh, you know, quarantine, people are buying new camera gear with like their stimulus checks, that sort of thing. And I was like, yep, whatever, that's fine. Well,
Yes.
that is not true at all.
Oh.
So what happened actually was the Emmys were last week.
Yeah.
And they needed to do a live streamed version of the Emmys, which means that they had to find a way to make a show look really, really good while getting everyone to do it themselves. So all of these actors had to do it themselves
true.
and live stream it themselves.
Right.
So what they did was they created a custom setup for each person.
Wow.
And I couldn't get the number for how many it was. Let me see if I can find it now actually. But it was a significant amount.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And so did they... Is that why it took so long? Because they were using...
So I'll read this.
Yeah.
So they created these small mobile live stream setups using Blackmagic Atom Minis, which are their like live stream solutions. Blackmagic Pocket Cinema cameras, sound device Mix Pre 3s.
Oh, yeah.
And a teleprompter with an iPad and a Matthew stand. And in this picture, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 16, 24.
What?
Just heaps. Like heaps. And this is just the ones that they were working on at that specific time.
Whoa.
So they probably had hundreds of these.
Jeez.
Plus backups, plus anything else. So it's just crazy. So
Yeah.
each one of these setups is give or take $7,500 US.
Whoa.
And by my very rough estimates, I would say that they probably had. Oh no, here it is. They made 130 of these.
Wow.
So 130.
130 setups.
Yeah, cameras and Atom Minis and switches. So that's why there were no Blackmagic cameras anywhere else, because Blackmagic was like producing all of these cameras at once, plus all the Atom Minis for the Emmys.
Wow.
They were like, oh my goodness, okay.
Jeez.
And the timeline works out perfectly
Yeah.
when you think about it, because it was like the second that they would have finished those setups was when mine got shipped.
Because they would have built it or
Yeah.
had time to.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, wild.
Yeah.
So that explains why my camera took so long to arrive.
Yeah.
but just an insane setup. $7,500 per
Yeah,
person.
wow.
And they look awesome. I'll show you a picture, Joe.
Yeah.
This is what the setups came out looking like. So, I'll kind of describe it for audio. So it's a Matthews stand, which is basically a stand that sits on wheels, and it's essentially just a metal pole that you can attach things to. And this setup comes with the Matthews stand, obviously all the cables and cords you could ever need. It comes with a MacBook, an Atom Mini, a sound mixer, a teleprompter, and a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera with everything you could need, and also a cage and a couple other things. Just insane.
Crazy.
So the Blackmagic cameras, the 6K is $2,500. Looks like a $2,500 MacBook, and then plus a couple extras and stuff. So that's what it ends up looking like.
Whoa.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Oh my word.
I'll see if I can get the camera to see that. That's what it looks like.
That's crazy.
Insane.
That's so like mobile though as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's all on like the one stand.
And so this is what and they had ring lights on them as well. So that's
Whoa.
that's the setup floor.
Or is that like the shipping floor? It's like time to get.
That's
Ship them out.
that's the setup floor. So that's like the engineers putting them together,
Right.
for everyone.
So did they film it all like on the one, or most of it on the one location, just all spread out?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Or was it all,
It
like,
was
at
all in their
people's
homes.
homes?
Yeah, it was in their homes.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't get to see them.
I'm trying to see what it looks like. They have the 16 to 35s on them, and it probably would have been the F4. So, I would, yeah, $7,500 sounds accurate.
Yeah.
In US prices at the very least.
Jeez.
But just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Mix Pre 3 is though. Is that a sound
That's a preamp.
preamp, right?
So that'll be just a nicer sounding preamp than the cameras.
Right. Oh, the Blackmagic preamps are horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any camera preamp is horrible
You know what? Fair.
compared to any external one, really.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that's why all the Blackmagic cameras and
Oop,
and
nice.
everything. I just dropped my phone. That's why the cameras and everything were sold out for stupidly long.
Yeah.
Because they were making all these individual setups for every single Emmy nominee.
That's insane.
It is crazy.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, the setups look awesome.
Yes.
I wish I could buy just a couple $7,500 setups.
Yeah,
that'd be
that'd be nice.
that'd be pretty sick.
That'd be very nice to have.
To be fair, like a quarter of that setup is the stuff I want to buy.
Yeah.
Like my
Well,
next.
even the whole thing, nearly.
I don't need a MacBook, and I don't really need that
Oh, true.
preamp, and I don't. I could go for a Matthews stand. What else?
You could do
I
a
have a
preamp.
teleprompter. I don't need a teleprompter. I could use a preamp.
Well, I guess we could.
We could, yeah. I wouldn't
Use
actually.
you-
I'd just go,
Uh,
knobs.
Actually,
Yeah,
on that,
go
I
for it.
watched this review on a piece of gear this week, and it hurt me so much.
Oh, were they really bad?
No, it was a good, actually it was a basic setup guide, and it was really good. It was really informative, but he kept calling, so these are faders.
Yeah.
These, well, not these exactly, but knobs that you turn like that are called pots.
Right.
And he kept calling the pots faders. And then there was actual faders in the system, and he was like, these faders and these faders, and
Just cause you a little bit of physical pain.
yeah, it just hurt.
Right.
I actually got to the point where I was sitting there. He was like, so you use these faders? I'm like, pots.
You should have left a comment, being like, "Hey,
The
man."
comments were turned off. I reckon he got done for that quite a few times.
There are a couple sound engineers that were like, "Pots."
It was a really good video overall. It was just that hurt me.
Yeah,
But
it's just like, it's just one of those like tiny little brain slip ups where you're like,
Yeah.
you don't really think about
Well,
it.
it seemed like it's sort of ingrained into him. It's just how he learnt it. But
Yeah.
yeah, that would confuse me, calling these faders and knobs faders.
Yeah.
Like,
I usually just I can't make that joke. Never mind. I was gonna make a joke about what I normally call knobs, but I couldn't name. I wanted to name
I was
someone.
gonna say you should have said me.
No, I was gonna name someone, but I didn't want to like out anyone and then be mean. So I'm just gonna explain the joke and make it 15 times less funny.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, no, those Emmy setups are super, super cool. I think I've been thinking about it, right? I think I'm okay with my Blackmagic setup at the moment.
It's pretty nice.
I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold off on that for a second.
I think that's a good plan.
I think my next I'm gonna get is a new lens. I'm gonna get the 16 to 35, the L series one, the f4.
Right.
Because it's image stabilized and it's full frame.
Ah, true. And yeah, full frame.
So I think that's gonna be the next one, and that's only like $1,000.
Okay. Why are lenses so much cheaper than I thought? Or maybe you just.
I mean,
I don't know.
Is
there a big jump in price to get like
Yes.
super professional? There is, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, the 16 to 35 f4 is the cheapest L series lens you can buy. That's not a prime. The cheapest zoom L series lens you can buy.
Right.
It just so happens to be the one that I need at the moment.
Right.
Mostly because the f4 version has image stabilization like built into it, whereas the f2.8 version does not. The f2.8 version doesn't have image stabilization built into it, and that's like $3,500.
Right.
So you've got the f4 variants, which are cheaper, and you've got the 2.8 variants, which are more expensive. The 24 to 70 that I have is the 2.8 variant. That was $3,000.
Yeah.
And then there's the 70 to 200, the 2.8, and I think that's either 3,500 or 4,000.
Well, okay.
And those are kind of the most expensive photo lenses you can get. Once you jump into cine lenses, it gets stupid.
Yeah.
That's when it gets dumb. And I wasn't actually going to talk about this today, but
Go for it.
literally this morning or last night, so last week, Thursday for the listeners, Ahri just announced their new line of lenses.
Oh, yeah.
So Ahri Alexa, and they make all the cinema cameras and that sort of thing. They also make a bunch of stuff, and Ari's whole philosophy is to create one product and have that be the industry standard. So rather than pumping out a camera every 6 months, 12 months, whatever, they make one thing and they make it really, really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so a couple years ago they've released the Ahri Sky panels, and they're the Ahri lights, and they're an industry standard.
Wow.
That sort of thing. So immediately people just use Ahri products.
Yeah.
And what they've released recently is they have their signature primes, which are the Ahri, they're the cinema lenses that they make. And they had them only in primes. So I think you could get, I think the options were like 15, 24, 35, 50, 70, 100 and 200, I think, were the variants, if I remember correctly. And they're all cinema lenses, so they're massive. They're big, bulky boys.
Yeah.
And they use T-stops instead of f-stops, which are it's just a more accurate measurement. And they're designed to be like proper, for film.
Yeah.
And they are, let me look it up. Which lens would you like to buy, Joe? Should we go for the 35 millimeter?
I was going to say 24.
20. Let's look up the Ahri Cinema Primes. I want to make sure that I've got it right. Okay. There they are. So it's a set of 6. It goes 12 to 280.
Oh.
So they do. Oh, this is very small. Hold on. Okay, so they do 12, 15, 18, 21, 25, 29, 35, 40, 47, 50, 75, 85, 125, 150, 200, and 280. Those are their signature primes.
Yeah.
And let me see if I can find a price for those. Ahri signature. I cannot spell. Oh my goodness, I'm really struggling here. Price. There we go. So the Ahri signature prime, the 18 millimeter. Okay. So keep in mind this is US prices.
Yes.
So this is the Ahri signature prime, 18 millimeter T1.8. Now Joe, I'm going to ask you to take a guess at how much you think this lens costs. Before you do, I want to tell you that it is being sold by B&H in the US. It is in stock, and it is non-returnable.
Non-returnable.
Non-returnable. And I'll give you the highlights. So it's a large format lens. It has the Ahri LPL LDS2 mount. It has an aperture range of T1.8 to T22. It has geared focus and aperture control rings. It has a clickless iris ring, so it doesn't click, it's all smooth. It has an 11-blade iris, anti-reflective coating. It's a magnesium and aluminium construction. It is marked in feet, and it is 4.4 pounds. Would you like to take a guess at the US price for this lens?
I have no idea.
Keeping in mind that my 24 to 70 is $3,000. It was 2,000 US.
Right. Okay. So it can't be that much more, can it?
I don't know, man. Up to you.
Let's say $6,000.
$6,000.
Yes.
All right. Would you like to take another guess?
Higher?
Higher.
$12,000.
Higher.
15?
Higher.
24.
Higher.
What?
It is $27,430 to buy an 18mm 1.8 lens. Now,
whoa.
Okay, to be fair, these are not really lenses that you buy.
Yeah.
If you're buying one of these lenses, you're either a massive production company or you're renting them out.
Yeah.
Very rarely will people actually
So you just buy them.
just buy a Cinema Prime lens. But yeah, so super cool.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say was that they've just announced they're making zoom lenses.
Oh.
So they've just released them, and I think it's the standard zoom ranges. So it's like 18 to 35.
2470.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all those sort of ranges. But you know, the fact that they're releasing these means that they're very confident in their product.
Yeah.
And they're confident that it'll be an industry standard for, you know, years to come, which is awesome.
Yeah. That's really cool.
So yeah, I wasn't going to talk about that today,
No,
but it's very exciting.
Yeah. I can't believe how much that is.
you could buy 2 cars.
You probably buy like 5. If you found the right car.
You could buy 5 modest cars. Yeah. All right.
5
Let's do the news before we forget.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Froe News. I'm your anchor Frank Mencken and joined by my co-anchor Joe Murray.
Good work.
Thanks. I'm a professional. I wonder how fast I can get that.
Yeah. Well, you stuffed it up today.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. All right. To start us off, Universal Pictures has revealed on September 15th that the studio is developing a film based on the life of Madonna, who will be directing the film. The 62-year-old superstar is also co-writing the screenplay with Oscar-winning writer Diablo Cody, who also wrote Juno and Jennifer's Body.
Wow. Disney's Mulan has only made $6.5 million in its second weekend in China. Yeah. Being handily defeated once again by a local war epic called The 800. The 800 tripled Mulan's earnings despite being already a month into its theatrical run.
Good. Get screwed, Mulan.
It's kind of really sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
No, it's not. After tapping Kat Coiro as director, Marvel Studios looks to have found its star to take over the title role in its She-Hulk series. Sources have told Deadline that the Orphan Black star Tatiana Maslany is the choice to play the title character in Marvel's She-Hulk series for Disney+.
Ooh, that would be cool. The Grammy Awards 2020 have come out with Billie Eilish cleaning up in the general field.
Yeah.
She was the winner of Record of the Year with Bad Guy, Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Best New Artist, and Best Pop Vocal Album. Some other mentions would be Best Pop Solo Performances, won by Lizzo, Best Duo and Group Performance, which was Lil Nas and Billy Ray Cyrus with Old Town Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy that they all came out in the last year. Wow.
Yeah.
That feels like ages ago.
Yeah, I know.
Another awards show, the Emmys were last week. Zendaya won Best Actress in a Drama Series
Yeah.
for Euphoria. Jeremy Strong won Best Actor in a Drama Series for Succession. And there were 2 shows that cleaned up at the Emmys. The first show being HBO's Watchmen, which won Outstanding Limited Series and 8 other awards, including a couple of things like Best Cinematography, Best Sound Design, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And also Best Actor in a Limited Series, Best Actress in a Limited Series, and I think Best Supporting Actor and Actress in a Limited Series as well. Crazy.
Wow.
And the real biggest winner, really, was Schitt's Creek, which also won 9 Emmys, including all the actor and actress roles in comedy series roles, as well as Outstanding Comedy Series. So they won Best
What?
Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress.
Oh my word.
Best Outstanding Comedy Series, and a whole bunch of other ones, including Best Comedy, Best Writing in a Comedy Show, Best Directing in a Comedy Show. Just cleaned up.
Yeah, that's insane.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Which was fantastic because it was the show's last season.
Yeah, wow. Some pretty big news for Australia. Warner Bros. Is to end its decades-old film distribution relationship in Australia and New Zealand with Roadshow Films. Its current contract... its current contract to handle the theatrical releases of Warner titles will not be renewed in December this year. Sources report that theatrical distribution of Warner's films will instead be handled by Universal in the beginning of 2021. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Rip Roadshow.
yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there, but
Yeah.
Warner Bros is ending its distribution in Australia and New Zealand with Roadshow Films.
Wow.
So be interested to see what happens with Village Roadshow as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because for those who don't know, in Australia or on the Gold Coast, which is close to where we are, Village Roadshow has a bunch of theme parks, and there's a big Warner Brothers Studios down there, and yeah, a whole bunch of things, and Warner Bros is the parent company to Village Roadshow Films and just Village Roadshow. So be interested to see where money goes with that.
Wow.
Because I'm guessing they'll just lose all their
funding.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That'll
maybe
be interesting.
ticket prices will go through the roof. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
I mean, they're already pretty expensive.
Yeah. And lastly, Euphoria Season 2 has officially announced that they won't release until 2022. However, a special pandemic episode will be releasing next year prior to the release of Season 2.
Oh, that's cool.
I felt very special with that news because I already knew that news because I was in a screening event for Euphoria a couple months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Where they talked about that. And they were like, hey, everybody... shut up, don't talk about this. And I went, okay, I don't want to get sued. But now I can talk about it.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Won't release until 2022. But there will be an intermediary episode that they're shooting at the moment with a much smaller crew and that sort of thing to kind of satiate the crowds over 2021.
Right.
So yeah, that's the news. Thanks. Woo.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you having a good time?
I am.
Just chug-a-lug-a-lugging over there.
Yep. Pretty
Going
much.
crazy.
You know. So another big bit of news that I thought we could have a quick chat about. I didn't really want to have it in the news. Okay, moving on.
No. All right.
So next
That's it.
topic.
See you next week.
3 days ago, I think it was the 21st, which is 3 days ago?
2, 3, something.
3 days ago, yeah. Microsoft bought the game creators,
Bethesda.
I was like, Bethesda? No. Bethesda for, do you know how much?
I don't actually.
Do you want to have a guess?
Oh, it was billions, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Was it 1.7?
Higher.
2.7.
Higher.
I remember there being a 7 somewhere, I think.
There was a 7.
3.7.
No.
7.2.
Very close. It was 7.5 billion. $7.5 billion.
That's not real.
No.
That's not real money.
What? Microsoft, yeah. And so, for those who don't know, Bethesda made a bunch of games. Some of their honorable mentions
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls, Fallout, which is a big one, Doom, Prey, and The Evil Within. There's just
Yeah.
a couple of the bigger ones that they've made. So, looking to the future with that,
Yeah, wow.
both PlayStation users.
I
I
was
think
an
it's
Xbox boy for a while.
that's true, but it's looking towards that they could become Xbox exclusives.
I thought that they announced that they weren't doing that.
Well, Bethesda, when they're in production for, I think Fallout and Elder Scrolls, or maybe
Yeah.
just Elder Scrolls.
Yeah,
At the
Elder
moment.
Scrolls 6
Yeah,
and Fallout 5.
yeah. And they were making them as cross-platform
Yeah.
games. So I don't know if Microsoft is going to go ahead with that.
Interesting. It would be a big blow to the industry if they didn't.
Yeah,
I think.
I don't know, but it would be a big plus towards Xbox.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't
I don't know, man.
the industry's kind of like that, where it's like, no, actually, we'll just make more money for ourselves. So don't know what's gonna happen there,
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
but that's kind of crazy. So were you a Fallout kid
Or
or an Elder Scrolls?
I have a funny story
Oh,
about
no.
that. Yes, I was an Elder Scrolls kid. I probably have like something like 600 hours in Skyrim or something like
Wow,
that. Something
yeah.
stupid. But Fallout 4 when Fallout 4 came out, right?
Oh no, yeah.
I've never publicly told this story
Oh,
before.
no, what?
So I, for a while, had to wear a brace on my arm. I don't think I knew you when this happened, but I might have. But I wore a
don't remember
pink
this.
brace on my arm for like 6 weeks over the summer holidays.
Yeah.
And what happened was that
Oh no. Did you like play too much Fallout?
was that Fallout 4 came out at the start of the holidays.
Oh.
And I had nothing better to do with my time. So I literally just played Fallout 4 for like 12 hours a day. And
Oh
I gave
my
myself an RSI. And I like wrecked my
What?
tendon.
Oh
So
my
it's the
word.
tendon from my thumb into my actual forearm.
Whoa.
And I just wrecked that from doing this.
Oh my
From
word.
like fiddling
From-
with the controller. So I had to wear a brace on my arm for 6 weeks.
Jeez. Were you like banished from gaming for
Yes.
6 weeks? Yeah, you just couldn't.
And like my tendon is still wrecked.
Wow.
Like I can still feel that this one is significantly weaker than the other one.
Wow.
Yeah, so I literally like when I play video games and stuff, I have to be super careful.
That is insane.
That I don't play for too long. That's why I switched to PC.
Oh, because you can.
Because I can't. Because I don't
use your thumb.
I don't use my thumb.
Wow. That is insane. I did not know that.
No, I never tell that story because it's so sad. It's so depressing. How'd you get an RSI? Oh, I played like 120 hours of Fallout in 3 days.
Oh my goodness. That is crazy.
So yeah. So
yes,
yes,
you were a
I
Fallout
was a
kid.
Fallout kid. And
an
you know
Elder
the worst
Scrolls.
part? You know the worst part?
What?
I still haven't finished that game.
You still haven't finished
I
Fallout?
still have not finished Fallout 4.
Wow. That's a big game though.
Yeah. It's tainted.
You're
Every
just
time I
like,
play
no.
it, I'm like, am I going to get an RSI?
It's too intense. Oh man.
But yeah.
So
Big bucks. Big bucks
stay
for
tuned for
Microsoft,
that
though.
one.
Yeah.
See, we'll watch that
update.
one.
We'll-
We'll watch that one.
We'll, whoop, whoop.
We'll
watch.
Where's Wally?
For audio, we're wiggling our eyes. We're going whoop whoop.
And for audio people, check out YouTube.
Yeah,
for Froe Show.
it's better in every
Better.
way.
Exactly. Oh my god! I got the next topic.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you have. I'm literally.
So,
I'm
you-
trying to like keep it.
I was like, bro, why are you not talking anymore?
Yeah, I was like, I was floating the conversation for you,
sorry.
man.
So
It's on you.
speaking of big bucks, I did a little bit of research.
Big buku bucks.
I read that and then I was like, hold up, how much does
Hold up, what is money?
what? Yeah, if someone could just throw around $7.5 billion.
Actually, before you continue,
Yes.
there is a reason that they bought that.
Yeah. Okay. I don't.
and-
What is? it?
Okay, so Microsoft was slated to buy TikTok,
Ah.
and that's why they had all this money lying around. Was they raised all this money to buy TikTok,
Right.
and then their deal with TikTok fell through, and now something other industry, some other company has bought TikTok in
Right.
the US. But then Microsoft just had all this money laying around that was going to go towards an acquisition anyway. And so they were just like, all right, let's just buy Bethesda. That's literally what happened. They were like, well, we got to buy something that's going to be profitable.
Yeah.
Because otherwise all this money is just useless. So that's why they bought Bethesda.
I think that's a very good purchase.
Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Do you know the figure that they were originally talking with TikTok about?
No, but I would assume it would have been upwards of 10 billion.
Yeah. I don't think it would have been advertised.
No, absolutely not.
No. Anyway, yeah. So I looked into some other, specifically films, and just how expensive.
Oh, did you get into the world of budgets and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Budgets, profit, and biggest losses.
Oh, I love it so much. I love this topic so much.
So I've got like a list of some films here.
Okay.
Actually, I don't have biggest budgets. I just have biggest profits and biggest losers.
The biggest budget from the top of my head is Avatar.
Avatar, I think
it got overtaken recently.
I think actually the biggest, well, from what I remember, the biggest budget was Endgame with 400 million, and I think Avatar was like 380 million.
Did they just get?
I think Endgame had the biggest budget.
Yeah, you're correct. So it goes. List of most expensive films. That looks like what we want. Oh, so it's kind of a cheat. They technically count the Hobbit films as one movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two different metrics. There is adjusted for inflation and unadjusted for inflation.
Right.
So I think adjusted for inflation is makes a bit more sense. Because then it's like it's the same amount of money, really. So currently number one is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
On Strangest Tides.
Is that biggest budget?
That's the biggest. That's the most expensive film.
Right.
Adjusted for inflation. So that was.
So most spent on a film.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So that was $430 million adjusted, which was originally in 2011 $378.5 million.
Wow.
And then it goes Avengers: Age of Ultron, Pirates of the Caribbean: At World's End, Avengers: Endgame, Avengers: Infinity War, Titanic, Spider-Man 3, Justice League, Tangled, then Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Those are the top 10.
Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah. Half-Blood Prince had a budget of $250 million and adjusted for inflation, $298 million.
Wow. Which one was that? Number 6?
I don't know. Oh, I probably shouldn't
5.
say that on the podcast.
You're not
I don't really like Harry Potter.
You don't like it?
I think I've talked about this before.
That's
on the
okay.
podcast. I just don't. I didn't really grow up with it. I've seen every movie. I went to the cinemas for every movie.
Oh yeah.
But there's so many people that are like that equate real life with Harry Potter. They're like, oh, politics. This is like when Severus Snape did this, and I'm like, dude, it's a book for children, and the person that wrote it is a bigot. Okay, like it's not that deep.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah. Also, J.K. Rowling is a terrible person.
Really?
A horrible human being. Like actually terrible.
Wow.
Yeah. Like
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Look. I'll show you a couple of things after the show. Okay. But she is super transphobic, super homophobic, a little bit racist, and like very classist. Like is very much like I made all my money, right. That kind of person. So yeah, just not a very nice person. So we all like to pretend that Harry Potter was written by literally anyone else. I like to think that it was written by Harry Styles.
Why?
I don't know. Just liked it. Yeah, just another
makes your
British
brain
person,
happy.
Anyway, sorry, I totally derailed you.
No, that's all right. Yes. So I want you to guess.
Oh, cool.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so I go for the top 5 biggest profits.
Okay.
From films here.
All right.
I want
me to guess the profit or guess the film?
I want you to guess. Well, let's start with the films, then you can guess the profit. I want you to guess let's go number 5. Let's start from the down up.
Well, I want to start with number 1. Number 1's got to be Endgame, right?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm screwed. Okay, hold on.
Start again.
All right. Number 5, Titanic.
No.
Oh. I really don't. Are any of them children's films?
One of them is.
Tangled.
No.
What? Frozen?
Yes.
Okay.
So Frozen's number 4.
Frozen's number 4. Okay, so that's the children's film. I got it.
The rest are like what you would expect.
Okay. Avengers Infinity War?
That's number 5, yeah.
Number 5. Okay.
So we got 5, 4. So what do you reckon number 3
Endgame?
is? No. That's not number 3.
Is Endgame 2?
Yes.
Okay, Endgame's 2. So I'm missing 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Is 3 Avatar?
No.
Is 1 Avatar?
Yes.
Damn it.
What do you reckon number 3 is?
Is 3 Star Wars Episode 7?
Yes. Force Awakens.
Yeah.
It is. So well done. So it's
I did, yeah. I have all those movies listed in my head, not in order.
Yeah. Yeah. So Avatar has made $1.5 billion.
I hate that so much. I really dislike that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I have an intense hatred towards Avatar.
I don't mind it. It's very long though.
Have you rewatched it recently?
Probably not.
Rewatch it now with your understanding of film and sound and tell
Okay.
me that it's a good movie.
Yeah, right. Well, the first time I watched it was on a plane to...
Oh, you're tired. That doesn't count.
Yeah, true. I think it was to the US. Yes, it was the second time.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, go ahead.
The second was Endgame, just over $1 billion. And that's profit. So where does that money go to? It just goes to Disney.
Just pockets,
like,
man.
The director.
The
and
thing
Disney.
is, everyone on set has already been paid.
Yeah,
that's what
that's the
makes me
thing.
so sad. That's why advice. Actually, this is really good advice.
Mm.
For this is really for directors, DPs, and leading actors.
Yeah.
If you are going to go into a film and you think it is going to make naughty word loads of money, try to negotiate for a percentage of the profits.
Yeah.
Just trust.
Just do it.
Yeah. Even if that means that you're paying, this is if you're certain that this is a massive film.
Yeah.
Negotiate for a percentage of the profits over a set rate.
Right.
Because sometimes, you'll get paid, $1.2 million for your appearance or for your job. If you negotiate for 1% of the profits of a $1.2 billion movie,
That's still 1.2. That's still $120,000. No.
that's 120 million, isn't it? Hang on. 1%. Let's look
No,
up.
I don't think so.
1%
Just do
of
1 billion.
1 billion.
100,000. Or
1%.
100 million.
1% of a billion. That's a lot of zeros. Hold on. 100. That's $10 million.
10 million.
$10 million.
So that's 10 zeros.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. Try to get, even
$10
if you ask for
million.
0.5% of profit, because that's the thing. In their head, they don't know how much this movie's going to make.
No.
So, it is a gamble to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But maybe ask for a reduced actual rate, get
For a
250,000, and then get a percentage.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
So that's insane. Yeah.
money isn't real, man.
No,
It's just numbers.
It's not. Yeah.
Like,
it has to just be numbers.
Look, this person does not have $1.2 billion sitting in a bank somewhere.
Surely not.
It is just numbers on a screen that they're just throwing at people.
Yeah. The Force Awakens made $840 million profits. Frozen made $802 million.
Bet their bank accounts aren't frozen.
Nah.
Nah.
Infinity War made $760 million, and I have an honorable mention in here because I was very surprised by this. Despicable Me 2.
What?
It was in this was a list of maybe top 30 or top 20, and it was in there, and it made nearly $600 million.
Number 2.
Despicable Me 2, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, I read that. I'm like,
What a strange
What?
choice.
yeah, how did that make so much money?
I don't know, man.
I don't get
it's a
that.
good movie. I recommend it.
All right, now biggest money losers. I don't know if you'll be able to get these, but
Biggest losses.
so I haven't put these in order because a lot of them I didn't know, but these are probably in the top 20.
Will I know these movies?
You know of most of them.
Is one of them The Room?
I haven't got it here. No,
Oh, okay.
I think that made a lot of money.
Yeah, in future, I think that made a lot of money.
Yeah,
I don't know, because the thing is, I feel like they fade a bit into obscurity.
they do. There was the number one biggest loss. I haven't written it down, but Oh, I googled it and it was a children's film and I was immediately scared by the photos. Like it was just gross. I think it's called
I really wanna know now.
something. It had mums in the title. Just for mums, maybe. No, that sounds weird.
Yeah, that does sound really weird. Biggest loss films. List of biggest box office bombs.
Are you gonna get the ones that I have?
Oh, maybe.
Hold on, I'll read these first.
Read those first because I really want to know what this children's movie is.
This movie sounds familiar, but John Carter.
Oh,
Have you seen that?
I've just seen that on this list.
Yeah.
I remember that, and I knew no one that wanted to go see that movie.
Yeah, it lost $113 million.
That's so sad.
Another Tomorrowland. Have you seen
liked Tomorrowland.
You saw that? I never ended up seeing it, but it lost 900.
That was the George Clooney one.
Yeah, it lost $90 million.
I really liked that movie, actually. It's very sweet.
Wait, did I write that right? 90 million?
Maybe. I can check here.
Yeah.
I'm looking through this list and it's making me sad because there's a lot of movies I really like.
Yeah. Evan Almighty?
I've never seen. I don't know that movie, actually.
You don't know it? That kind of surprised me. I didn't realize it would lose $87 million.
Evan Almighty.
Yeah.
I don't know that movie.
Oh, okay. Have you seen Pan?
I like that.
I like Pan too. Guess how much it lost?
Hang on.
Are you Googling? It lost 86 million. Like, I thought that was a really good
It lost
film.
86 million.
Yeah, nice. I thought that was a really good movie. I liked that one.
Yeah, I also liked that.
And then this is one that I had to put in this list. Cats.
Oh, no, that deserved it. Screw that movie.
It lost $81 million.
Good. That movie shouldn't exist. Can I give some honorable mentions for
Yes.
movies that I actually really like that are here?
Yes, please.
So, we've got Ben-Hur is here.
Oh.
Call of the... Oh, no, never mind. Not
Yeah, Call of the Wild was a big one.
Call of the Wild. Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. You should watch that movie. Don't watch Chronicles of Riddick. That's a terrible film. Ender's Game lost money.
Yeah, that lost money.
The Ghostbusters all-female reboot. I actually really
really?
like that movie. That's a
That
really
was a
fun
good. That
movie.
was a funny one.
Yeah. Green Lantern. Don't watch that movie, but watch it if you like Ryan Reynolds. What else?
Was
we
that
got?
movie really that bad? I haven't seen it.
It's
bad.
It's bad.
What's
I'll
bad
put it.
about
I'll
it?
put it on the TV later when we're editing. It's bad.
Okay.
Like this, just everything about it is objectively terrible. Jupiter Ascending is here. I really like that movie. It has Eddie Redmayne in it.
Oh yeah.
It's just a weird sci-fi movie, and I think it didn't get a lot of love because it's just weird.
You're right.
Lone Ranger is here. I really liked Lone Ranger.
What?
Yeah.
How much does it have? How
Lost
much?
$160 million.
I loved that movie.
Yeah. Man from U.N.C.L.E. I like that movie as well.
I like that too. What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Mars Needs Mums. Was that
That's
the weird
it,
movie that
yes.
you're talking about? I remember that movie coming out and being very afraid of it.
Yeah, I never saw it. I've never heard of it until I saw that list.
Yeah. Oh, Peter Pan with Robin Williams.
Oh, really?
Also lost money. Pixels lost money.
What?
Rise of the Guardians. That's a really good movie. Go watch that movie.
That is a good movie.
Solo lost money.
Whoa.
That's probably the big ones. Oh, A Wrinkle in Time. Yeah, that movie sucked. Don't watch that movie.
Oh, have I seen that? I don't think I've seen that.
Man, I hate looking at movies that have come out in the past couple of years because I'm like, oh yeah, that came out 6 months ago and it's like 2015. And I'm like, whoa, I'm old.
Yeah. That's crazy how easy it can be to lose money.
Well, the thing is that the people get too ambitious and they go over budget and then they spend like $240 million and they only make 120. And in comparison to other movies, it made a lot of money, but in comparison to itself, it made very little. That's the issue.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah,
So, yeah.
segue. We've talked enough about movies.
Yeah, and money.
Let's talk about tech, and also it's also kind of money. So
I like tech.
Nvidia has just released a new graphics card this week. In fact, they've released several, and they are insane pieces of technology.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a little bit in the world of tech mostly because I have to be for video editing because, to video edit, you need a fast computer.
Yes.
And it's cheaper to build your own. So I've built my last 2 computers myself because, it's cheaper and I need the performance.
Yeah.
NVIDIA announced a new graphics card this week, the RTX 3090,
Right.
which is designed to supersede the RTX 2080 Ti, which was the leading graphics card. The 2080
Wow.
Ti was the best graphics card on the market. That wasn't like a Quadro card. That wasn't like, designed to be used by several video editors at the same time.
Right.
So this is a consumer video editing card.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yeah, it's been announced this week, and it came out this week, and it is 29% better than the 2080 Ti.
What?
Like,
That's insane.
yeah, by stats. So, to put it into perspective, my current graphics card that I edit everything on is, I just bonked the mic. Let me double check this before I say it wrong because people that are into computers will murder me if I'm incorrect. So I currently in my computer have a 2060 Super, which is a couple steps down from the top tier. I'm trying to see how much memory it has, but I am not seeing it very quickly, and it's making me sad. I think it's got 8 gigs, if I am correct. It's just telling me the memory speed. Yeah, 8 gigs. So I have 8 gigs of VRAM in my computer.
Yeah.
Which is more than enough to edit 4K footage rather comfortably.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a guess? And for reference, the 2080 Ti had 11 gigs, or has 11 gigs of RAM in it.
Right.
And those cards were $1,500 US, and these ones are $2,500 US.
Right.
Now, do you want to take a guess at how many gigs of video memory the RTX 3090 has if the 2080 Ti had 11?
16?
24.
24.
24.
Whoa.
So, from a gaming point of view, the RTX 3090 is the first ever graphics card capable of playing video games at 8K.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, I want one. My computer could not do anything with it.
Do you guys want to sponsor us?
Just
RTX?
crazy. I don't, there's not a lot to say about it. It's 29% better than the last gen.
29%. That is a
Crazy,
significant,
right? Crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, my theory is that you could have 3 video editors editing off that card at the same time
Yeah.
in probably 4K. Yeah.
The heck.
So you could probably build one computer with
For
a 30
an
with an RTX 3090 in it, and then you just chuck like one of the new like a Threadripper CPU in there,
Yeah.
split it into 3 virtual machines, and you could have 3 editors running off the one computer.
Jeez. Maybe that's what we should do.
Do we have like $9,000 lying around?
I don't. Do you?
Let me just check my bank. I really do not. No. But yeah, super cool. It's game changing for video editors.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Game changing. Also, because the 2080 Ti prices are gonna plummet.
Yeah, true.
Which I kind of regret now because I bought a 2060 Super like 3 months ago. So, I wasted my money. But that's okay because it's been very helpful.
Yeah.
But yeah, super cool.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of video editing and video editors and content creators, what a nice segue. Go me.
Very good.
Casey Neistat has come back to daily vlogging.
Oh.
Which has been so sick.
Yeah.
I really, really love Casey Neistat and everything that he does. And he disappeared for a year. So basically,
Yeah.
he moved from New York to California with his family. And then kind of just disappeared for a year. He posted a couple videos, but very, very far in between. And he's come back recently and is doing daily vlogs now.
Oh.
And before his vlogs would go probably 8 to 12 minutes, give or take. And they wouldn't be daily. They'd be every couple days or every week, that sort of thing.
Yep.
These are daily. And they are 4 to 5 minutes.
Wow.
And what a powerhouse of a creator that man is.
Yeah.
Insane.
That is crazy.
I would never call Casey Neistat a YouTuber. I would call him a filmmaker that lives on YouTube.
Yeah, fair enough.
The stuff that he does, he makes the most mundane things interesting. Like
yeah.
one of his vlogs was literally just him, like getting rid of an ant infestation in his garden. And because he lives in California, he can't go very far. Like, restrictions in the US are pretty tight at the moment.
Yeah.
So he literally is just like doing stuff in his garden. And I was hooked for 5 minutes. Like it was just so well edited and shot and planned.
Yeah.
And that man just has like just genius creative brain. Just crazy.
Yeah.
So go check out his vlogs. Just insane.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. I'll show you some after the show.
Yeah, I need to watch more of his stuff.
He is the only like vlog person that I follow. Every other person that I'm subscribed to on YouTube is either like a tech reviewer, a camera person, a photographer, a videographer, whatever.
Yeah.
He's the only person I follow that does vlogs. So
Must be good then.
super good.
Yeah.
Super,
I've seen
super
some
good.
of his stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of his top videos was like he did snowboarding in New York through the streets in like 2016.
Oh wow.
With like the NYPD and stuff. Super cool video.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's one of the reasons that New York is like a for me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, just always stuff happening. Anyway, we're running out of time actually.
Yeah.
We're almost finished. So, do we want to hit up your Foley fact and
I'm
then finish it up?
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right.
Joe's got a Foley fact.
Yeah, he does.
Foley fact.
Ooh.
Joe's got
Yeah.
a Foley fact.
What?
Yeah.
What have you got, Joe?
I got a Foley fact.
Yeah. All right, hit me.
So, this one is how to recreate thunder. That's it, folks. See you next week.
All right. See you next week. Goodbye. Thank you.
So, yeah, I was like, how would I recreate? I'm doing an animation at the moment, and the first scene
You're doing
is like,
sound for an animation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not doing an animation.
No.
How do you
Just
teach
just thought I'd clarify that
Thank
for
you. Thank you. There's so much less stress on me now. Don't have to do an animation. And the opening scene is like it's raining and there's thunder. It's in a storm. And I was like, how do I do thunder without going? What?
Thunder.
Oh. Can you imagine it raining like, and then you see.
Sorry, go
Awesome.
on. Jokes aside.
So I got it wasn't a shoebox, but it was a cardboard box, and you put some big rocks in it, and then you just roll it around, and you get like, yeah, it's actually also, as per several requests, I have added in the actual Foley sound this week, and yeah, and so we have unprocessed and then processed, so it sounds. This is
And these are your sounds.
I
You've
recorded
made
these this morning. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ha, ha, ha.
They're rough, but like you'll get the idea.
Yeah.
So this,
Wait, before you do it,
Yes.
what did you record them on? How did you record them?
these ones are actually just recorded on my phone.
Okay, cool.
So
I'm just asking because
that's good.
people you can do everything on your phone. It's great.
oh yeah, your phone's so much more powerful these days.
Yeah.
Than like, but I will record them probably in the studio with it'll be a Fireface preamp, and I'll probably use, I don't really know what mic.
A yummy one.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the ones I was looking at. Maybe a Sennheiser 416. Anyway, or U87. We'll see. But, so, rocks in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
There were some bigger ones, there were some smaller ones, and you just sort of roll it around and you get some nice crunching sounds. So this is the raw audio.
She crunchy.
Right? So it doesn't sound a lot like thunder.
No, it sounds like rocks in a box.
It does. So this next one, it was like a 2-minute process, so you could definitely, people would be able to get it infinitely better than what I've got it. But all that's on here is a low pass, so you cut most of the high frequencies. I think I did to about 1K, and then I pulled down. I just did a little dip just after 1K, boosted the low end, and chucked some reverb on it, and we got this. So, put some rain in there, and I reckon it could sound alright.
Wait. Wait. Is that working?
I don't know. That was dumb.
That was really dumb. I was trying to make round. I feel bad for the audio listeners that didn't get to see that and just heard me like rubbing their eardrums.
It was like, So
That's sick.
That could be a cool little way to do it. Maybe I'm actually thinking now I might build on that sound using Foley each week for maybe the next 3 or 4 weeks. And so next week I'll put some rain in, and I'll tell you how I did that.
I'm excited.
And then week after I might put some crickets in or something. Tell you how I did that.
And you can. Oh, and then the last. You know what I want the last one to be?
What?
Can you make it people talking and make it sound as if you're inside a car and they're talking outside the car?
Yeah.
Can we make this like a little cut? Can we make it sound like it's recorded in a car and it's like the rain on the car?
So what I'll do is next week. Okay, yeah. So from now inside a car.
Yeah.
Okay, so next week I'll play the what it would sound like with the thunder outside the car and then inside the car.
You know what I want to do?
What?
I want to film something
Yeah.
and put this sound over it.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
We're doing this. Cool. I think it's gonna rain next week. Actually,
Yeah, it might.
I just have to, worst case scenario,
It's certainly
we
hot enough.
we whack the hose out. Worst case,
Yeah.
it is not going to rain next week. It's just a
Hose
little,
it is.
It's just a little cloud. All right, that's sick.
Awesome.
All right, that's what we're gonna do.
Sick.
Cool. All right,
Okay.
well let's finish the episode up there.
Let's do it.
Joe, question.
Yes.
I got a question for you before we finish.
Alrighty.
We have a super secret after show.
We do.
Now I feel like I've lost where that is. I don't think I know where to find
You
it.
don't know where it is?
No, where can I? Do you know where I can find that?
I do actually. I'll point you in the right direction.
Yeah. What's it called again?
It's at our Patreon at www.patreon.com/The Froe Show.
Really?
Yeah.
And how do you spell that? Go check out the After Froe Show at patreon.com/The
cool.
Froe Show. It's a show we do after this show
Mm-hmm.
every single week.
Super chill.
Yeah,
Great
just
vibes.
hanging out. The works.
Yeah.
And you can get access to that with just the $1 tier.
Mhm.
So that's 25 cents a week. That is
2 coffees a year.
2 coffees a year, exactly. So
I keep using that. I need to come up with a new
you
one.
need to come up with a new one. What's a new one? That is 1 bagel a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
1 bagel.
1 Subway sandwich a year.
Yeah.
Actually, it is one of my sushi orders a year. My sushi order is exactly $11.50.
Really?
Yeah, so it's a little bit more than my sushi order.
Give up 1 sushi.
Yeah, give up one lunch of sushi, and you can come check us out at Patreon.
Yeah.
Otherwise, check us out on social media at The Froe Show on everything. Mm-hmm. We would love to see you over there. DM us, ask us questions. We might
Please.
answer them on the show.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish up.
Yep. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. See you next week for episode 30.
Yeah.
Ha! That was episode 29. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.